I have no life. I'm on an org. I have 18k earned and 60k plus PR. I could probably become a tier 1 pro.
Yo, what is up, boys? It's Jayth. Welcome back to another episode of Road to Tier 1 Pro. In today's episode, I'm going to be going over a W key game that I played in the college Playvs qualifiers. I placed 3rd overall in this tournament with 140 points. I should have won the entire thing. I had some misplays during endgames that cost me a lot of points, but it's all good. We qualified for Heats, which I'll be streaming this Wednesday at 8 p.m. I'm going to be in Heat 1. I'm going to be landing at Dinky Dish here like I am in this game. And I should definitely qualify for the grand final, which has a first place prize of $7,000. So I'm definitely going to full sweat and try to win this entire tournament. And I'm super excited for it. So before we get into this video, I just want to explain what we're going to be going over. During this game, I definitely keyed and went for kills, but I also ended up winning it and playing a good end game, so I thought it was a good mix, and it reminded me kind of like a solo cash cup, maybe like your first game or something if you want to go for like a high 10 kill win. So right away, I get a blue pump and a scar, and you know those are really good weapons for keying, so I can definitely play aggressive. I fought the 2 kids that landed at my drop spot pretty easily. The first guy was very unaware, and the other guy didn't seem to have mats. So now that I have 2 minis, a scar, and a blue pump, I'm going to instantly pad and go to the weather station. And I do this because, for one, I'm 100% sure I have better loot, full shields, and I know that I have more mats because I have 2 kills, which gives me the siphon of 200 of each map. The servers are so bad in Playvs. You can tell that guy's like teleporting.
Bro,
I'm like
what
lagging.
are these servers?
You can hear me say, what are these servers? It feels awful. And that's why I felt so confident pushing him, is because I knew he would run out of mats
these
soon,
servers are
which
so
he
bad.
did. I randomly see another player here. So at this point, now that I have 3 kills, I'm pretty confident that I have more mats than this guy, and I still have full shields and good loot and minis. So I'm going to try and push him. Hit some brick along the way just to make sure. And now once I get over him and confirm that he's left, I'm pretty confident I'll be able to get a beam as he's going down this hill. But unluckily, he checks right before I shoot, and he's going to build. So him building away from me right now just even shows me that he's going to run out of mats really soon. So you're going to see how I play this fight. It's super conservative. So when he ramps up here, I stand here with my gun out, and then I'm going to move out of the way using 1 stair, hop up, avoid his cone and his wall. So right there, I've only used 2 builds, and he's used probably about 150 just to do all that like editing and building that he just did. So it's only a matter of time before he runs out of mats here. And now he's already playing like he has low builds. He's dropping down. I hear him farming fences. So at this point, I can just go for a drop shot, place the wall, and and he's gonna die. So nothing crazy. I'm not making any like super mechanical outplays. I'm just playing towards my aim and like my smart of knowing when someone is out of builds or low on things, that they need, health, mats, etc. So I see this guy getting a llama. I have 4 kills already, and I'm going to just walk up to the wall and try to take it. I trade 70 damage pump. I missed that shot right there, but we can't actually build the wall in that spot because the llama's like glitching it out. Now at this point, I want the llama, but I also don't think I'll be able to get it without dying, because now it's getting destroyed. And I also just definitely don't want him to get it, because then it would be almost impossible to kill him. I'm going to get up out of here and heal. Now, I've prevented him from getting the llama, and it's kind of the same situation. I've just been snowballing my kills to get good heals and mats, so I should be able to win these fights on these players. And once again, this guy does run out of mats before me, although this fight did take a while. Now, because the Playvs servers are pretty bad, I usually take these fights as safe and slow as possible, because, at any point, they can get in my face, and they might face their build or something, and just get a jump on me. I get a nice little beam there for 75, but then I make the mistake of dropping down, and he actually trades another shot, hits me for like 50 or 40. forces me to heal again, and I didn't want to pop 2 minis, so now I'm just going to play at 141 health. But I just have to be aware that if he has a green or a blue pump, there's a good chance that he can one pump me. So I'm not going to put myself in any like crazy aggressive situations. Now I can already tell that he's playing around old builds here. I'm going to drop this ramp, stand on it, and pre-fire his cone attempt. That's something I do a lot, and you guys can watch that back if you'd like to see how it's done. But it's a very easy way to get some damage on him. He keeps re-editing through his old builds, like I said. So this is me thinking that he's got to be running out of mats pretty soon. But I also have 5 AR bullets. So once again, I'm not going to take any crazy aggressive peeks. I'm going to make sure that, I'm standing with my gun out at most times because I know he's forced to make a play on me. Here I am, I take my gun out again, and boom. So he tried to make a quick play on me there. If I would have broke the ramp fully, then he would have been in my face with his pump, and he definitely could have one-pumped me. So I think I played that really well and safe. So this is a fight that I take during mid-game. I definitely play a little bit cocky in the Playvs solos because I think that I'm one of the best players in the whole tournament. So the chances of me fighting a player that's better than me is pretty low. So I do take these fights pretty aggressively. But even when I do take a fight, I try to start with an advantage, whether it's just one tag. You'll rarely see me just straight up build fighting someone in this. I also want to fight in ways that don't make me shambles. So using as limited builds as possible, and also ending the fight pretty quickly so that I don't have a good chance of getting third-partied. So I'm going to drive off in my car here. I'm going to pin center zone. That's like ideally where I'd like to get right now. I already have 5 kills, so I can probably chill and play for endgame. I drive past this guy like we're friendly, and then I make it look like I leave. I'm going to get out and try to get a starting beam on him to start the fight. I end up getting a 35 tag only, but that means he's 165 health, and I am 191. I have the advantage, so this is a fight that I am willing to take. Now at this point, because he hasn't played aggressive on me, he just sat up there, that makes me think he's a bad player. I get a nice shot there, edit down, box him, and I can get that kill pretty easily. Now I had a decision to make here on whether I wanted to carry floppers, splashes, or shadowfish. I really don't like playing the shadowfish strat anymore because I feel like it's so boring. But I ended up doing it anyway, and I chose the 3 floppers over the 2 splashes, and then the shadowfish. And now I can just continue with my rotate and head to zone. Now on my way to the 3rd zone rotate, trying to get center, I notice there's a car here that'll come into play later, and I'm able to get this beam on this guy in the box. Now I cracked him and hit him 35 white, which means he's got to be around 60 HP. So I'm just going to hop in, and I don't really know where he went, and I could tell he was looking for a counter shot. I also hear someone else around me, so I'm just going to chill out for a second. But even though I'm chilling, I'm looking for where the other guy was, and I'm looking where he is, and I'm going to try to get him server focused. Now in solos, if you spray at someone in the right position, if you recognize how many players are around them, it's easy to get them solo focused. So that's what I do. I also have 5 kills, so I have 300 AR ammo, so I can just spray for, as long as I want. Now I notice he goes up a layer, and I don't freak out and start smacking on his wall. I just go up one myself and continue to spray. Now I just saw that he got cracked again, and now I see that he dropped down, so I'm going to drop back down, and now I can look for another spray on him down here. And he's basically just getting focused by everyone. My goal here is to not let him heal, and also to get the kill, obviously, in the loot. I'm going to crack him right there. I'm also playing this super safe because the servers are so laggy, as I've said before. And now here the kill comes. So I played it very patiently. Unfortunately, it was my friend Gandhi, RIP. But he hooks it up with the big pots and the mythic AUG, so that'll be good for endgame. Now at this point I have to rotate to half zone. I remembered that there was a car down here before. I'm going to pin it again to make sure that no one's in it, and then I can hop in to a pretty healthy car and rotate. Now this is really important that you don't get server focused as you're driving in a car to get out. You also don't want to leave your car next to where you base. I'm going to tuck myself all the way around this corner, instantly build metal, and you notice how I left my car at least 2 boxes away from my own box, so that no one blows it up and my builds don't get broken, the grass doesn't catch on fire, anything like that. Now, I end up even going up a layer just in case that happens, and it did end up happening, so I saved myself. I get this drop down here, and I definitely misplay this. I should have placed this wall right in front of me immediately, because how many times do I drop him down and he places the wall? 3 times. So if I would have just taken that wall, then every time he dropped down, I would have had him full boxed. Here again, too. So that was definitely a bad move. I finally take it, but at that point, he actually gets away, and so I don't end up getting this kill. Now, I'm going to do the pad Shadowfish strat. This is actually the first time I'd ever done it in a tournament. I'd usually just done the Shadowfish strat where you just hop around and like hide in builds, but I decided to do the pad one this time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the pad, and I get cut off, but I don't panic here. I'm just going to break it and use my floppers, then use my Shadowfish, and then hit the pad. I take a lot of white health, but I have floppers for when I get down, so I should be okay. Now, something that ended up being really good in this situation was that I was one of the last players to do this strat in this lobby, which means that I'll be the last player in the air, which means that I'll have best chance of getting high ground, because I can psycho and fly down. I'm going to spam phase into the air as high as I can. And you can see all these other players who are already deploying their glider. So I'm going to be the last one up here, like I said. Now my Shadowfish starts to run out right about now. And when I deploy, you'll see just how high I actually am. So I'm very, very high up here right now. I'm just going to sit and wait as long as I can, saving all of my builds and, you know, saving everything really, heals and mats. Now, I see those guys are getting sprayed at out of the air, but it's not going to phase me yet. I'm not going to dive. That guy's even, like, contesting height with someone, so he's not looking at me. He's very distracted. Now, I'm just waiting. I'm going to try to stay away from his builds toward the end so that I'm able to dive if I need. But I realize how unaware he is and how much he's spraying. So, at this point, I'm just going to send height. He ends up hearing me last second and tries to build up. I get a pump on him. I fumble my builds a little bit, but I know that he's only 100 health, so I'm going to go up for this. I wall him off, and I hear him drop down. Now I can safely play my floppers and extend out and just spray with my Mythic Aug. Hopefully I can get some more kills, at least get like a 10 kill win. But that's what's going on through my head. I'm going to ramp down a bit because I realize I'm quite high. I crack that guy. I miss a few shots. Unfortunately, I don't get this kill. Now, I noticed that was the guy, this guy I'm spraying at right now is the guy that I took height from. It's the same skin. So I'm going to focus him because the best chance, or chances are he's the best player in the lobby. He had a spaz and he was on height. So he obviously knows what he's doing, right? I crack him, and then I'm actually able to get the kill. A dude named Axel. GG's. And I'm just going to continuously spray. I have 140 or 54 ammo, so I should be able to last this whole game with my whole clip. Just keep on spraying here. Now when I drop here, notice how I put a floor under that reverse stair so that it double connects it. That way it's just not one wood build. Now there's 4 alive, but they all end up dying at the same time, and I realize that. And even though I have 8 builds, I don't need to drop down yet. I can keep playing my mats. And as long as I pressure him and, you know, make him feel like he's, like, doesn't have a time to heal or go up, then we should be fine. So I'm continuously spraying with 0 builds. I'm going to drop, break the wall, but I don't drop. Make him make a mistake, which he does. And I swing out and I hit that nice 150 pump for the win. And I ended up being in first place after this game. So I was super excited to win this tournament. But I got third in the end. But GG's. So I hope you guys learned something from this video. If you did, drop a like and a sub and all that good stuff. And once again, I will be streaming Playvs Heats Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to see that, then check it out there. My Twitch is in the bio below. I hope everyone has a good rest of their night, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.